Well, do the European leaders of these countries know something that is coming in the offing that they're just not saying out loud plainly, but they're hinting at to their people? We now have multiple countries making moves in regards for safety and survival and to stockpile food and water and medicine. They're being told by their governments that something can happen to put the people of their countries in danger big time. Now they're saying that although an attack is highly unlikely on German territory in Germany, they're stating that these people still need to take precautions, stocking up for at least 10 days of food and water. Now the Czech Republic is doing the same. They are concerned, and when it comes to the Czech Republic, they only have emergency food supplies to last for a day or two. They are completely thinned out. So the question is now, what is happening? When we hear of all the fear-mongering through the mainstream media, we hear of the reports of the war here and there. We hear about the drills, NATO, Russia, the whole nine. But what has really changed to make these countries warn their people to get prepared? We've already seen a massive staged invasion flood into Europe, Germany being in the crosshairs of this. We've witnessed what's happened in France, and the whole stadium event that took place in France, they tried to copycat that and make it happen in Germany. That literally would have been the attack on German soil if they would have gone through with it. But they stopped at the last minute after saying they found a vehicle with explosives, men with guns, everything else. It all vanished. Poof. Disappeared into the thin air. Now, we have caught people by the likes of George Soros and others that have been spending massive amounts of money trying to get people into certain countries. We've even watched them ditch fake passports at the borders. So it shows that this infiltration has been underway. And what easier way than to get your army into a country than to slip them in plain clothes and make them act like they're refugees, like they need help. When I've shown time and time again, a lot of these guys coming through were clean shaven, brand new clothes. They weren't dirty at all. They didn't look very hungry. They were smoking cigarettes, the whole nine. Looked like they were given orders to enter Europe, and that's exactly what's happened. Now, what's happening here in the United States, the invasion is being done by your own government as well, as they're letting these people just flood on in across the border, and they're doing nothing to stop it. So therefore, if anything ever does happen, you can't say, how did all these people get here? Because it's happening right now. When they control the mainstream media, they're never going to show you an image or give you a report or a story telling you what's happening. No, they sure won't. But what is happening? What's really going on here? Are we on the verge of full-scale war in Europe? And if it's going to be that big, involving multiple countries to where the leadership knows, could this result in the beginning of a World War III type of atmosphere? Let's hope not. One thing is for sure. The governments of these countries know something's up, and it makes me think of Barack Obama and his executive orders that he just signed into place on August 12th. He had called for the leadership of the Treasury, of the EPA, Veteran Affairs, all of them. They put out a notification telling people that if the leadership or your bosses fail to report to work because they are deceased or they quit, or any other reason, they are to step up and fill their shoes. Why all of a sudden? Why is Barack Obama signing quietly these executive orders ordering individuals to step up and replace other people if their leaders don't show up for work or vanish? Highly suspect. The culmination of all this together. I say it all the time. Make sure you have a plan, because that's what it's really about here. We've talked about the medicine, the water, all of this. It's needed. And if these other countries are doing this en masse, I would say that people here should start to do the same. I know we've talked about it a lot. A lot of people like to push things off. It's time to really have a plan and to put things in motion. And to help out in this area, we have a new connection here with the Essential Drugstore that allows folks to go on and be able to get en masse any of their medicines, antibiotics, insulins, heart medication, all of this through a licensed pharmacist to where you can stock up on what you need in case it does hit the fan. So it's an option there for people that need it. I will leave links, and I'll continue to update with more information as I come across it, as always. But like I said, and I'll say it again, I hope folks have a plan. This has been Dabu7. Peace.